नमस्कार, आर के त्यागी गाजियाबाद NCR दिल्ली होम शिक्षक जनवानी चैनल पर आपका स्वागत है। चैनल को प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करें, वीडियो को शेयर, लाइक और कमेंट अवश्य करें। और साथियों में एक आपको कम्युनिकेशन मेरे पास आया था, वो मैं आपको सुना देता हूँ। JD शर्मा जी हैं IBPR के, उन्होंने भेजा था। और एक मैंने पहले आपको पोस्ट भेजी थी और पोस्ट के अलावा वीडियो भी बना था, जिसमें वो स्मॉल कमेटी मीटिंग के ऊपर उन्होंने लिखा था। मिस्टर शंकरा हैं, मिस्टर ये है मिस्टर एन शंकरा सुब्रमण्यम, तो उसका उनको भी भेजा था मैंने JD शर्मा जी को भी इसका, तो उसको उन्होंने जवाब बताया। तो वो इस पे है, क्योंकि ये सिंगला जी वाला केस देख रहे हैं। माई रेस्पॉन्स टू द पोस्ट ऑफ मिस्टर एन शंकरा सुब्रमण्यम ऑन अपडेशन ऑफ पेंशन, द इशूज raised by him are broadly the following. Number 1, amendment to the pension regulation 35.1 during the year 2003 reads as basic pension and additional pension wherever applicable shall be updated as per the formula given in appendix 1 formulae. He argues wherever applicable means it is not applicable for all. The correct interpretation of wherever applicable is restricted to additional pension which is not drawn by all the pensioners, whereas basic pension is drawn by all. Additional pension is defined under regulation 35.3 as additional pension shall be 50% of the average amount of the allowance drawn by an employee during the last 10 months of his service. 35.3b stipulates that no dearness relief shall be paid on the amount of the additional pension, as only a minuscule numbers of pensioners draw additional pension. The updation of additional pension shall take place wherever applicable. It is pertinent that updation is not a one-time dispensation and is required to be done with every future revision of pay scale. Number 2, if an employee draws last 10 months salary under 2 bipartite settlement, in all such cases updation has been done. There is a distinction between updation and refixation of pension. Updation of pension is necessitated by all future salary revisions, whereas refixation of pension is done under the conditions when an employee retires any time after the scheduled effective revision of pay scale but before the date of implementation of revised pay scale. It is for the reason that an employee pay itself is refixed. His paid salary revision arrears and eventually his pension fixation is inevitable on the revised pay he has drawn. It is not a must to draw last 10 months pay under 2 bipartite settlement for getting the refixation of pension. Such refixation is different from pension updation and cannot be confused with updation of pension. It is again reiterated that updation is not one-time dispensation and is rather done for all future salary revisions made effective subsequently to a date after retirement, and not in those cases which are made effective from the date prior to the date of retirement of an employee. Number 3, pre-amended regulations shows that the updation was there in the scheme which was subsequently removed. It is fallacious statement. Pre-revised regulation was restricted in nature for extending the benefit of updation only to those who had retired between 1st January 1986 and 31st October 87. It was for the reason that at the time of implementation of the scheme in the year 1993, 1994 only those people were eligible for the benefit of the updation on the basis of the salary division with effect house number 87, and their pension was updated the salary division which was next due from 1st November 1992 and had not taken place, then the provision of updation was not removed. It was rather open-ended and universal in nature by removing the bracket of 11 1986 to 31st October 87, 1st November 1986 से 31/10/1987 for the eligibility to extend the benefit of updation of pension. Number 4, updation under regulation 35 will not fetch any substantial increase in the pension, therefore we should focus on RBI formula. The updation formula will be different for each of the wage revision. The same is the case with RBI and also central government. The formula in appendix 1 to regulation 35(1) is the same as was then obtaining for 4th Central Pay Commission. The 5th, 6th and 7th Central Pay Commission recommendations prescribe the following formula respectively. Number 1 is basic pension DA plus 40% thereof. Number 2, basic pension plus DA plus 20% thereof. Number 3, basic pension plus DA plus 10% thereof. What has been given to RBI is basic pay plus DA plus 10%, which is currently in vogue for the government pensions, and IBAPR CBPRO has also been demanding the same formula as given to RBI pensions. Number 5, draft pension regulation only will conclusively prove our claim that banks IBA had agreed to update pension by following RBI pension formula. The draft regulation lose their sanctity once the final regulations are made by the banks by following the due process of law under the powers conferred on the bank under Section 19 of Banking Companies Acquisition and Transfer of Undertakings Act 1970-80/80 and notified in the Gazette of the Union of India. In our case, Pension Regulation 35(1) amended in the March 2003 is final and only admissible, and note the draft regulations. The draft regulations are akin to the minutes of the small committee which were rejected by High Court of Punjab and Haryana. The High Court had asked for regulation, if any, for updation of the pension, as that alone would confer the right to updation of pension. Since the petitioners before High Court, Chandigarh did not know about the amended Regulation 30/1, the IBA took undue advantage of the oblivion